what's happening, people?
Yeah, I had to just turn mine on.
Yo, what's happening? What's happening, people? And welcome back to the Tiki Taka podcast, where you're going to hear hot takes, unbiased opinions, and hopefully have a couple laughs along the way. And a lot has happened in the Premier League this weekend, but we did get a comment last week from one of our biggest supporters of the pod, my cousin Varun, who wanted us to talk a bit about FPL. Because he said we haven't spoken about FPL.
That's true.
All season.
Last year we were a lot more on it, and that was my nightmare FPL year.
Yeah. And he wanted us to say how it's been going, what transfers we've been making, how we're doing. For me, business as usual, top of the league. Just doing what I'm doing.
It must be said.
It must be a special season this season.
It must be. I was gonna say it must be said for Ahmad that he's vowed to never have Haaland in at any point of the FPL season. I've had Haaland in from the beginning.
Yeah,
I have. So I do give him a lot of credit for managing to still be top of the table. But you know what? At the beginning of the season, I thought not having...
when I was seeing you and I was like, Haaland, he just keeps doing it.
Yeah.
3 hat-tricks and it was killing me.
Yeah. No, you deserve... People who don't have Haaland and who are ahead of me deserve a lot of credit.
And what happened was there are some people who don't have Haaland and they, after those hat-tricks, they started without him. They went, we need to get him in.
Yeah.
Blew up the team.
Yeah.
NBA franchises, blow up the franchise. This player blew up the team, right, to bring Haaland in, and then he blanked 4 weeks in a row.
Yeah, it's been bad for me in Haaland. Yeah. And the worst thing about Haaland, I'd say, is he does, because of the early stretch in the season, he gives you this false blanket of security of like, I can just captain him and he'll be all right.
Yeah.
But for the last 4 weeks, I've consistently got my captain wrong because I've chosen Haaland. Yeah.
That's the thing. If you have Haaland, you have to captain him.
If you're unsure and you manage a bounce United and all this kind of stuff, who can I captain? I always go with Haaland because it always seems like the logical choice.
Yeah.
But I should have got Mbeumo last week when you got Mbeumo. I knew Mbeumo was going to cook.
Ipswich.
Yeah. So there's all these like little nuances that come with having Haaland that aren't as fun when he's not scoring for every week.
yeah. Sure. My brother has Haaland in his team, but he captained Chris Wood this week. And smart. I saw that at like 12:30 and I was like, I don't know about this.
See, on paper, it looks terrible.
But then when it happened, I saw him later. Obviously, Haaland blanked and Chris Wood scored. I was like, what made you do that? And he was like, West Ham are shit. So Chris Wood is most likely going to bat, and Bournemouth are pretty good. So I was like, yeah, fair.
Some of my Welbeck for me has done very well.
Yes.
Some of my like sleeper, I say quote unquote sleeper picks that have been good for me. Welbeck for the last 4 weeks, consistent points on the board.
I said to you like 3-4 weeks ago, good pick.
Yeah. Well, like it's coming to the point now, and FPL guys will know this. You know when you've caught a wave and you're happy that you've caught a wave, you've got a player in at the right time. His price starts going up, but then you get to the point where you're at the top of the cliff, and it's like, all right, well, how long can Welbeck keep doing this? Should I cash out now? Have I got the best 5 weeks out of Welbeck? Like I did that with Smith Rowe.
Yeah.
Smith Rowe, I had Smith Rowe at the beginning. Smith Rowe was ball at the beginning. It was GA every other week, and then I cashed out at the right time on Smith Rowe, and I don't think he scored or assisted since.
FPL is all about timing.
It's all about timing.
So you get the asset at the right time and sell him at the right time.
Exactly. So I'm there with Welbeck. I'm there with Rodgers. Rodgers has been good for me. Rodgers hadn't scored a goal until I got him in.
And Rodgers could have been a sell this week for a lot of people.
I was thinking about that. I was telling you I was thinking about selling Rodgers this week. Rodgers has bagged. Gvardiol and Oleander as well. I just got Gvardiol in. So I can't even pretend as if I've been on the Gvardiol hype. But I took out Trent for Gvardiol 2 weeks ago. Yeah. And I've got double, triple the points Trent was giving me.
Gvardiol's been big time. We'll speak about that. For me, Bruno and Solanke came up big for me this week.
Yeah.
Bruno Fernandes, we've had many a conversation off there about Bruno Fernandes and how I fell back into the trap.
From match week 1 after he didn't score.
All I said was, Man United aren't going to go 11 Premier League games without a penalty. Surely, right? We called the penalty in this Chelsea game.
Yeah.
We said Colwill had something, turned out to be Sanchez, but could have been Fofana, could have even been Colwill. And Solanke, finally.
I think you got lucky with that. I can't say luck because you did right to stick with him. But at 1-0, I said this to you, at 1-0 Villa at half-time, I thought, it's a Solanke.
Yeah, another.
Yeah, it's another blank.
So the thing with Solanke, the only reason I kept Solanke is because they play Ipswich at home next week. He's leaving my team next. After that game,
he's done.
So it wasn't even a case of I thought he'd do anything in this game. I didn't really think he would.
Yeah.
But I was like, he's got Ipswich at home next. So So he kept. But I was going to ask you, worst transfer you think you've made this season?
Yeah, I was just looking back. Ironically, it was. Let me find the match week. It was match week 6 where I played my wild card and got in double Arsenal defense. I got in Gabriel.
A lot of people are going to share your pain.
I got Gabriel and Silva. This was after our tough run at the start of the season. We'd got all the City and these guys out the way.
Leicester at home, Southampton.
Yeah, we'd got Tottenham out the way, all this kind of stuff. So it was Leicester at home, it was Southampton at home, it was Bournemouth away, and I thought those are 3 clean sheets. This is that was my banker. That was I was playing 4 at the back. I was playing 4-4-2 in FPL. Because I thought I'm going to have 12 points for the next 3 weeks from these guys, and I can build a solid foundation to grow from. And there was red card after red card, goal after goal.
Screamer. James Justin Screamer.
So, ironically, my worst transfer was getting Arsenal defenders in and banking on them, like double booking myself with them.
Yeah. For me, undoubtedly, Eddie.
I had Eddie as well.
Yeah. When I brought Eddie in before they played Man United, and I thought, yes, Eddie's first goal, Selhurst, and then Eddie still has not scored.
Yeah.
So for me, undoubtedly, Eddie was my worst transfer because I took a 4-point hit to do that.
To get him. Trent was a close number 2. And it's not that Trent was awful for me. It's just that when I'm paying 8 mil for a defender, I want to see some pretty hasty returns.
You want to see Gvardiol
numbers. Exactly. 6.
But that's enough on FPL. We'll get into the football now. So firstly, we'll go Newcastle Arsenal, the early kickoff, St. James's Park, and we'll do this one first because we can get it out of the way.
Yeah.
But ultimately, one moment of quality from Newcastle separated the game. Sides. Like, that was it.
I've said it before. It was just like a very bad loss. I feel like this is like, unlike the Bournemouth one, unlike the Brighton draw and all this kind of stuff, there were very, very few redeeming qualities from this game. There's very like marginal silver linings, and there's like it was a bad day to be an Arsenal fan. It was a bad loss, especially when it's 12:30 kickoff and you want to start your weekend with 3 points, and then you see that kind of performance and you just think, this is not good. This is not good. Then I don't have too many excuses for Arteta. I don't have too many excuses for the players and the team out there. Injuries, none of that is really coming to my mind as to why we lost that game 1-0. Like I do think the team put out there is good enough not to come away with a 1. And anybody can lose in Newcastle. It's not an easy place to go. But just our aspirations and what we're looking to do and the form that we've been on when we lost that at Bournemouth the other week, you're looking for a bounce back.
Yeah. I agree.
And it was just it was a game devoid, from our sense, devoid, as you say, of quality.
I think that was our worst performance of the season.
Yeah, we couldn't really break Newcastle down. We couldn't really create.
We never looked like scoring, which I thought we were done with that.
Yeah.
But we actually just never looked like we were going to score.
I do want to get onto Arteta a little bit for the subs. Like, I do think
halftime, we were calling for them.
Halftime subs needed to be made. I do think we left like guys like Trossard on for too long.
Yep. Because if it's 0-0 at halftime, then cool, run it for another 10 minutes and see what happens. But we're already 1-0 down.
Yeah, and we need a big reaction.
And I've said this to you off air. Arteta's the only place that I'll kill Arteta a bit is he sanctioned the decision. He made the decision to sell Smith Rowe and let Fabio Vieira go.
Yeah.
Right? So I believe he's made that decision because he believes that Ethan Nwaneri can be the second option or the third option in that position. So if Odegaard's out, Trossard can be the second option. If Trossard's out or Trossard's not performing, we can trust Ethan to come in and do something.
Yeah.
Because if Smith Rowe or Fabio Vieira were here, they would have been in this team by now because of the performances that Trossard's been dropping, right? And Arteta wouldn't have hesitated to put definitely Smith Rowe in, right? So if he's going to do that and you've sanctioned that decision to keep Nwaneri for this reason, put him in the team.
Something has to change. And I think this game is the biggest sort of amplifier of that. Like, all the questions Arteta might have had about Ethan before this, in terms of can you physically match or whatever it might be, he has to park that because Trossard's performances have been so poor. Yeah. Like, we could not keep the ball at all. We couldn't foster a chance at all.
Yeah.
And Trossard is a large part of that. And I think all of that has to be parked now from Arteta. And Ethan either has to get minutes or another system change or whatever it might be. But we can't go back out there just assuming that Trossard can do this 10. Obviously, Odegaard's back in training.
Yeah.
But we can't just go back out there for Inter Milan or for Chelsea on the weekend and ask Trossard to do another shift.
Or if Odegaard misses another game or whatever it is, then but it's not just Trossard. Trossard was awful, and he was probably the worst Arsenal player on the pitch against Newcastle. But our attack in general and our attacking options,
it's poor. It's off it.
It's looking very sticky to try and win a league title with those attacking options.
It would be a miracle. At this point, where we are right now, it would be a miracle for Jesus and Sterling and all of these guys, Martinelli, Trossard, to be a part of a title-winning charge team.
Like I've still got faith in Havertz.
I still got faith in Havertz.
Right?
I still got faith in
Havertz has shown me enough for me to know that this guy can be a striker. Even rival fans have said it, right? We saw Leah say he can be a striker in a team that wins the league.
Yeah.
Saka, obviously, there's no conversation there. But
everybody else,
Jesus, Trossard, Martinelli,
Sterling,
those four, at the moment they're not giving us anything.
Yeah, and for me, one of the worst things about this game was, I said this to you, was Newcastle scored in, as you said, the 12th minute, whenever it was. And there was so much time on the clock. Even when we brought Ethan and these guys on, and we brought Jesus when there was 20 minutes left. I'm expecting a reaction, shots on target, goal, something to get the keeper working, at least dropping defenders, creating chances. None of that happened. Yeah. And we had more than enough time.
Pope didn't have to make a save.
Yeah, it's not even one of those games where we have so much to do in 10 minutes. Yeah, we had 60, 70 minutes, 80 minutes to try and get something from this game, a draw from this game, and our best chance came in the last kick of the game. Yeah. That's when our best chance came. And I think that was the most damning thing, and that goes to your point about the Jesus and the Trossards and the Martinellis and the Sterlings, is Newcastle are a good defensive team, but we're going to face a lot of teams that are going to put in a similar shift to Newcastle, and at the bare minimum, we've got to be creative.
Let
it be that we put it on the plate for Trossard, we put it on the plate for Martinelli, we put it on the plate for Sterling and Jesus, and they were squandering chances. And that one we can just say, it wasn't our shooting boots went on, but
all the keepers had to make 6 or 7 saves.
But it wasn't that at all. And that's, I think, the most damning or frustrating thing about that performance was it was pretty easy.
Yeah.
And
I think defensively, it's an unbelievable cross from Gordon. And it's a great header from Isak, right? And they're two kind of world-class moments, the cross and the header, that is, I can't really get onto. Maybe Saliba should be a bit more aware and whatever, but it is just unbelievable quality, so I can't really get onto them. Other than that, they locked Newcastle out.
Yeah.
The defense, and we shouldn't be at a point where, in order to win the game at St. James's, we can't concede one goal.
Yeah.
We should be able to concede one goal.
You should factor one
and come and win the game 2-1 or whatever, right? Because, like I said, and ultimately Newcastle have a better front three than us.
Yeah.
Right. You would take Isak and Gordon probably.
Yeah.
Right, along with Saka. Those are probably the best three, maybe, right?
Yeah.
But so our defense, I actually think, did all right, because other than that, they didn't give Newcastle a sniff, but we just could not break them down.
Yeah, it was poor. It was poor, and there's nowhere to hide for me in my mind as an Arsenal fan. If somebody wants to get onto me about the Newcastle loss, there's nowhere to hide it. I just have to take down the chin and say it was a bad loss.
Well, I can give you one place to hide.
Go on.
Bournemouth, down on the south coast. The vitality. We can hide there. Because
Iriola's taking us. He's taking
us. He bailed us. At 2:00, I thought title race over.
Yeah, head loss.
Man City going to go win there. 8 points.
Yeah, and just
8 points is crazy.
Yeah.
We can't claw back 8
Chelsea
points.
away next game.
Even if we beat City at home, it's 5 points.
Yeah.
Right?
We're asking for a lot of 2 favours, 3 favours.
Yeah. Come on, man. And also, Man City just mentally, if they go 8 points cleared, are they really going to fuck that up? But Iriola, bail out.
Yeah.
Bail out. Shout out Iriola. He's going to get his props this week. Because Bournemouth cooked them.
11 versus 11.
Exactly. We were told we should have won there with 10.
Vitality.
It wasn't a case of it's all City. normally teams beat City on the counter.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
If City maybe don't take their chances and whatever, Bournemouth cooked them. Like similarly, and I said last week, Bournemouth I think they might just be a good team, right? Because in their last 3 games, they've beaten Arsenal, they drew with Aston Villa, and they beaten Man City. They've taken 7 points from those 3 games. And in order to do that, I mean, the game should have been 3 or 4-0.
Villa. Bournemouth are like we were saying this, to be fair, last season on the pod about Iraola getting more than the sum of his parts from the Bournemouth team. And it's almost as if it's gone up this season, because I can't necessarily name from their summer window too many players that have like torn it up now this season. He's still working with Max Christie.
Yep.
Still working with Semenyo.
Yep.
Still working with Sinisterra and these guys.
Semenyo is probably the closest one.
But he didn't come in so he was here last season.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So it's not like he's gone out in the summer window, spent like West Ham spent like some of the other clubs have spent to in and around him to then go above him.
And he lost Solanke.
Yeah, exactly. And he's lost Solanke. He got Evan Nilsson, to be fair. Yeah. So Evan Nilsson is...
But even Evan Nilsson, he's done well, but he hasn't hit the ground running.
Yeah. And he's not giving them still the same goal output that Solanke was this time last year.
Yeah.
So I think it's just a lot of Iraola's coaching.
Yeah.
That
I mean, the way they press, that's all coaching.
Yeah. And, I think Bournemouth won't do as well away from home. It's easy to say that. But if they can make the Vitality Stadium that kind of place to go to, where it's like 10,000 seater stadium, 12,000 seater stadium.
And they really put it on.
And if you're not on it, we've seen if Arsenal are not on it, you get punished. If Man City are not on it, they get punished. Where it's that kind of stadium where even
if you say the away thing, but they went to Villa Park.
It's true. But even if you're the top 3 teams, top 4 teams in the country, if you're not on it when you come to the Vitality Stadium, if you're not here to take your chances, if you're not here to play that cute ball out the press, we will be on top of you. We will run you into the ground. And I think Iraola, man, the job is a phenomenal job. It kind of highlights why I think a lot of managers who have pedigree in other countries will come and take a team lower down the table job. Because if you do well with a Bournemouth, if you do well with Fulham or Crystal Palace or whatever, you can still magnify your profile 10 times over. And I think a lot of other top clubs will be keeping their eye on Iraola.
Yep. I think the Evan Nilsson transfer is a good one and almost on my bad, because we were clowning
for not going for Eddie,
for not paying the 30 for Eddie or whatever, right? And Iraola obviously would have said no, 40 Evan Nilsson. And it's looking like a no-brainer.
It's a great goal.
Great goal.
The finish,
great finish. It's a striker's goal.
Yeah.
Evan Nilsson, obviously, he's played Champions League football. He has Champions League pedigree. He's done stuff at Porto. So even just that kind of decision of like, we're not going to sanction this 30 million spend on Eddie.
He's still playing with Lewis Cook and these guys.
Yeah.
Christie. That's what I'm saying.
Senesi and Zabani are keeping out Haaland. I mean, on the Man City side, they are not looking the same.
No, they're not.
They haven't looked the same for the last couple of weeks. Teams are getting chances against them.
Wolves. I was watching that Wolves game. Bailout job from John Stones.
Yeah.
Bailout job from John Stones. They didn't necessarily play that well. Wolves kind of
could have gone 2-0.
Exactly. There were chances.
And what did Gavardio do in that game?
Bro, the issue with Man City is I agree with you that they've not been playing well. And I was so thankful to finally see this poor form punished by Bournemouth, because the Man City seem to have this thing of that one corner. It's that one corner too many for the other team. Like that Wolves game is a perfect example. Wolves had defended so well.
Yeah.
But the ball went out for one final corner and nobody could hack it. Everybody's legs were dead. Nobody was picking up their man. John Stones gets free type of thing. So that's kind of what's been bailing out Man City, is their concentration till the very, very end. Yeah. And I don't know. I just feel that there is between November and December, I think these are like some of the 2 most interesting months in the Premier League season.
Yeah.
Because games come thick and fast, and whoever is top of the table by Christmas is not guaranteed to win the league or anything like that. But how the table shapes up in November and December is make or break. We've been there before as Arsenal fans. I remember when Arteta was in his first full season. when we were just losing games.
Yeah.
In November and December, just game after game, loss after loss. Yeah, and then when you look up at the table in Jan, it's like we can only probably salvage 4th if we're lucky. Or 6th if we're lucky.
Yeah.
And I think that's what's going to be happening. Obviously, Man City are not going to finish 4th or 6th, but like these November and December periods and how many points other teams can take off Man City in November and December, because I do expect them come Jan to sign people in the summer. Sorry, sign people in Jan and find some sort of form, Stones, KDB, or all these guys to be back. So I think these next 2 months for Man City are the most crucial 2 months in terms of every other team, or us and Liverpool who are trying to take them down at the top. How many points they drop in these next 2 months? Because I don't see them dropping too many come Jan unless we beat them or unless Liverpool beats them.
Yeah, I agree.
So it's now or never.
And they will do business in Jan.
No doubt.
Yeah, they will do business.
No doubt.
They're going to get better.
No doubt.
Need to capitalize on these next couple of months. And quickly, a word on Gvardiol.
Yeah, man.
Guys are saying he's City's biggest attacking threat.
I don't even
guy
know.
that scored 40 goals league goals last year.
I don't even know. I give a lot of credit to Gvardiol, but then I have to give even more credit to Pep Guardiola because what we're seeing here from a centre back,
I still don't think Gvardiol's a left back.
Is exactly
and that would be crazy to say because he's showing everyone he is a left back.
He's played 2 seasons now,
but I just don't think he is a left back.
He's playing his second full season at left back.
He's already won the Prem as a left back.
Pep, and the issue. Do you remember last season we were saying all of this stuff? Pep almost is reluctant to ever put him in the middle.
Yeah,
like if Ake could be fit, all these guys. Ake will play all his games at left back, but if Ake and Gvardiol have to play, Ake centre back.
That's literally Bournemouth. That's what it was. Ake played centre back,
bro. Like but Gvardiol deserves a lot of credit because I don't know, man, to take on Pep's like commands the way he has, as you say.
Yeah, the price tag as well just doesn't seem to phase him at all.
Like, what is he though? He's the goal versus Bournemouth, the leap, like his feet, how far his feet are off the ground. And that is like an outlier to the Gvardiol technique goals that we see. The left foot, right foots.
That's just like a desire. I'm gonna get my head on this.
That's the one that he should always have. The other goals that we see. The right foot at the box, Real Madrid, all this kind of stuff. What?
Even the Newcastle one. Chopped and then right foot, buried bottom corner. Nice.
I think Gvardiol's thing is so fake. And we did say this on the pod, how quickly he's going to become a favourite in terms of, how Pep always has these couple of guys. It was Rodri, it was Gundo, where it's like, I'm a trusted member of this. I'm a trusted member of this title run. And I'm just going to play these games all the time.
Yeah.
And I think Gvardiol's in there now already for Pep.
100%.
And Gundo's actually maybe kind of coming out of it.
Yeah, Gundo. We'll wait on that one.
Our eyes are open.
Yeah, we're watching. Because Gundo's earned enough respect.
Exactly.
To not be killed yet.
Exactly.
Yet being the
all it takes for me though is one big game, a Liverpool clash or
they're going to Anfield soon.
Exactly. A Liverpool clash or they've already played Chelsea, but another big team clash. I'm thinking, what's Gundo up to here? See Gundo get stripped.
Don't let Gravenberch.
Don't
let McAllister show you levels.
Yeah.
We'll see. But it's maybe not even the Liverpool ones when they play Villa. and you can't.
Rodgers.
To you, Rondon and Rodgers and Tielemans is dictating the play and setting the tempo. And
Ross is telling. Ross is
inviting you close to the ball. Those ones.
Ross is inviting you on, then dropping a shoulder.
We spoke about Xander Berger off air. I'm sure we'll talk about him. So when you go to Fulham, Xander Berger, we'll see. But not yet.
You've got your respect for now. You got your respect for now.
And then another team, top of the table, 7 points clear. It's surely unthinkable that they won't win the title.
Liverpool's title to win.
It's Liverpool's title to win.
They losing it from here would be
catastrophic.
What's gone wrong?
Bottle job.
Best defense in the league, best attack in the league. I always hear. If it was to slip up from here, surely you wouldn't be able to live with that.
I mean, I think we'd have to call it a bottle job.
Yeah, but we'd be left with no choice.
Arsenal behind Nottingham Forest. They keep telling me.
Chelsea, you'd be left with no choice.
But a good win for Liverpool.
Yeah,
after being 1-0 down.
Tricky customer.
Brighton, Brighton moved to them in the first half.
Yeah.
I told you.
Yeah.
I've been sending you the Yassine Ayari stats.
5'8", midfield monster here.
Yeah. Well, at Anfield, apparently. Apparently, that's a midfield monster these days. But I think the main overall talking point from this is Salah's inevitability.
Yeah.
Like, Liverpool scored 2 goals in 2 minutes. And after the first goal, you knew it was coming. And as soon as Salah gets the ball in that position, and we saw the goal, it's inevitable.
It's a ridiculous goal.
It's ridiculous, but you know it's coming.
Exactly. I do commend Slot has done very well for me, man, in terms of like just managing obviously the team, but everything, expectations, the media. Slot doesn't seem to be getting too gassed. By what Liverpool are doing and by what's going on.
And he seems to be very honest. Like, he said after the game, he was like, that first half performance was unacceptable.
Yeah. I do have an appreciation for it.
He was like, I told the team that if we come out and play the second half the way we played against Forest, we will get the same result and lose.
I like the last Liverpool manager, I wasn't the biggest fan of Jurgen Klopp, big admirer. But in terms of I respected him a lot, but wasn't the biggest fan of him. But Slot,
put it lightly.
Exactly, to put it lightly. Slot is almost the opposite. I don't necessarily want to see him win or do well or whatever, but I kind of respect how he's come and handled himself. I kind of respect his honesty in his press conferences. He's got Liverpool playing good football, and the Salah thing of it all, man. Salah, I said this to you off air. We're gonna do a top 10 wingers list. So I guess we'll have a more lengthy...
All-time
wingers list. So I guess we'll have a more lengthy discussion there. But Salah's thing is so cracked.
Yeah.
The stats, the goals,
the numbers are the most cracked.
The big time plays that he does for Liverpool, the bailout jobs, everything like combined. And this is coming from an on-record Salah hater for a long time. I wasn't trying to respect Salah's game. But where he is right now and what he's doing for Liverpool, and like coming into the season, you would be mad to think that Salah would get anything less than 15 and 10, 18 and, you know. Yeah. And once you
even that is low.
Exactly.
Like, you'd probably expect him to hit 20.
And then, but when you see him...
And we've been expecting that for how many years?
And it's never dropped off. I remember... It could have been last season when we were saying he fell off, or maybe the season before when we were like, "Oh, Salah's kind of fallen off." And he's got like 22 and 12.
Yeah.
Well, like that's his fall off year.
Yeah,
you know.
No, it's looked a bit mad because of what Haaland's been doing.
Yeah,
but I think in those last 2 years that Haaland's won the Golden Boot, if he wasn't in the league, I think it might have been Salah.
I've got a lot of begrudging respect for Salah's game now, man, and. It's really just refined. He's probably the most refined player in the league right now in terms of like, I just do this, out goal, assist. He only wants to be at the end of things. He's so good at leaving the build up to the other guys. And I'm going to be in this position to get this ball.
I mean, that description of him, I see so many similarities between him and Saka.
Yeah.
Like that refined game. I'm just going to do this, goal, assist, ball.
I do think that there is, I agree, and I think Saka will maybe not get to the goal consistency point, but the game refinedness, I think he will get there. I think I see now in Salah a bit, not immaturity.
But Saka's been doing goal consistency for a bit.
Not immaturity, but I think Saka still gets involved in build-up a lot more than Salah does.
Yeah.
And I think that's just like, Saka's a winger, young winger. I've got the legs to do it. I can skip around my guy. So I'm not even getting on to Saka for saying this. When Saka's 27, 28, I do see how his game will, where it's just like, feed me the out ball. I'm in the box. I'm that midfield battle stuff that you want me to come and pick up the ball. And you see how Saka turns, who was it? At home in
Alistair,
yes,
when he got booked,
exactly. We don't see too much of that.
We don't, but like when Liverpool played Chelsea,
there was
Salah was doing that a lot to Gusto.
Yeah,
so I feel like Liverpool do use him as that similar outlet. In the same way.
I feel like we see that from Saka. Sorry,
a lot more.
But
that's also because there's no even Luis Diaz.
Yeah.
No Odegaard at the time. Yeah. But on Salah, I think, along with the consistency, along with the numbers, I was right there with you in terms of, like, I think we both respected his game because he scored that many goals, but it wasn't nice.
Yeah.
It wasn't like, oh, I'm tuning in for Salah ball. I'm tuning in to watch Salah today. Right? We respect it. You get your goals, but like, this is football. We want to see some poetry.
Yeah.
Right? But I think his game has changed.
Yeah, it has.
I think after Liverpool won the league, I think his game kind of changed. Maybe a season, 2 seasons after that, to the point now where I think Salah's game is nice. I think I like watching Salah. Salah does things, passes, playmaking. He's added a lot of that to his game that I don't think he ever really had before.
Yeah, no, you can't deny that, man. Like, as I say, you're sort of a fool if you're trying to beat Salah with he's not a playmaker stick.
Or because even the aesthetic thing, is what he used to get beat with a lot, right? Compared to Mahrez and Hazard and that. But now
this game is cool.
It's not aesthetic like that, but they're the like.
But that's the thing.
Top.
And we'll dig on this more when we have the all-time wingers list. Yeah. I think that's the only thing keeping Salah out from, like, Salah is not a playmaker in the same way that Neymar was a playmaker.
Yeah.
Neymar made it look beautiful and he made it, it was 100%. Just left foot right. But if you was to probably look at just even the stats from a playmaking point of view, I don't think Salah's game would be too far off.
Yeah.
But it's just
you wouldn't even need to go that far. Previously, you wouldn't have even said that Salah's playmaking is there with like a Di Maria.
Yeah.
Or like Neymar was very top
level.
Like even those guys that are below that, Salah was never a playmaker like that.
And I'm not saying that Salah is a better playmaker than Neymar or anything like that. I'm just saying that, like, you would be shocked if you was to really sit down and look at Salah's playmaking numbers as well as to look at his overall game and the chances he creates for his Liverpool teammates. And like, some of those outside of the footballs that we give Modric and all these guys credit for. I've seen Salah do that.
Yeah, exactly.
I've seen Salah do those ones.
and the aesthetic thing is just a personal thing. Like, I don't think that holds much debate or a weight, in the debate or an argument, because that's just a personal thing. Like, guys say that about Saka.
Yeah.
Right. But which I don't agree with. Like, I love to watch Saka play. Maybe that's a bit of bias enough. But I do think, I mean, look at the way he cooks Robertson. Puts him through his legs. Robertson's looking both ways, leaves him on the floor.
In that respect, their games are very similar.
Yeah.
Because I do feel like, I agree that I think Saka is aesthetically beautiful, but I think it's a bias thing and we're fighting an uphill battle from just as Arsenal fans.
Yeah.
Because they're other guys.
Because I can agree it doesn't look like
Olise
or Foden.
Exactly.
Or Olise, yeah.
Like, that's who I think guys would say, oh, but look at what Olise is doing. Look at what these, it won't look like that.
That's the one they throw with him and Foden. Because Foden is moving, gliding. Yeah.
But effectiveness is effectiveness, bro. Salah is always top 3 teams in the country because of what he can do for his team. Saka will be the same, and Salah just does deserve his credit for the consistency. And I kind of thought maybe under Slot things would be different. Maybe with Klopp gone and he wouldn't really know how to manage him or get the best out of him. But he's a consummate professional.
Yeah,
he took the summer off. He was all summer. Salah was posting clips of him training. Shirtless photos. I'm ready for the season. I'm ready for the season. And I
mean, it wasn't too professional to say no matter what happened.
We'll see.
Tweet, but
we will see.
Maybe that's a sign. Maybe Saudi's calling.
I said that I think I would find it hard to believe that Liverpool keep all three. They will try to.
Yeah.
Of course, but I don't know. Like,
one of them's got to be thinking
when it's not done by now, and guys have a year left or 6 months left on their deal, and we've been there with Sanchez and Ozil.
They can start talking to clubs in January.
You've been there with Sanchez and Ozil. When you think, one of them ended up signing, but very rarely is it both.
That was
exactly,
sticky.
Exactly, and very rarely is it both.
Yeah.
Like, if you let it get down to 6 months, anything can happen.
Yeah. But shout out Slot because he's had a great start to his Liverpool career. We'll move it on Sunday. Tottenham versus Aston Villa. Now, not that I really wanted to talk about this game, but if you slap Aston Villa 4-1 at home, and we're an unbiased pod,
you get some love.
We should speak about you.
No, I said it to you that Tottenham have had a good 5 days.
Yeah.
Like a really good 5 days. They beat City in the Cup. They've beaten Villa on the weekend.
They've done what they needed to.
Yeah, and it's not even like they've scraped those wins as well.
Yeah.
Like, they've played well. They've had good spells.
Yeah.
And the City one, Werner had bare chances.
Yep.
Other guys had bare chances to score it. And we always kill Tottenham for their mentality. We always kill Tottenham for like being Spursy, and they were 1-0 down at half time.
Yeah,
and I thought they were going to crumble. Legit, I thought Villa were gonna come out. Jacob Ramsey, whoever, some unlikely guy, exactly, exactly. And then from there away, Villa go. But I think Tottenham did show great sort of character and mentality to
within the first 3 minutes. I mean,
to turn it around.
Whatever you want to say about Son, that's just the quality he still has in it. That's just a ridiculous ball that you have to score from. There's no way you're going to miss that.
Yeah, two of them lining up.
Yeah, even Martinelli would score that one.
Yeah. So no, I think Tottenham had a sort of a really good week, and like it's going to be interesting though with Tottenham, because every time I feel like as if they have such a good week like this, next week will be abysmal. Like next week will be horrible for them.
Yeah.
But Son is a big highlight for them. Solanke 2 goals is a highlight for them. Yep. We said Kulusevski is still on his heater in midfield.
I've got it here. Kulu is the number 10 now.
He's the creative presence.
He's the number 10.
I think it's something to be said.
A certain other number 10.
No, it's true. I think it's something to be said for Kulu. Because Ange, and I don't know if we said it on the pod though, but we did say
we did say it on the pod.
Let Ange experience a couple of wins, a streak without Maddison. And I can win games with legs. All of a sudden, Ange is not talking about being outfought in midfield. I'm not seeing the halftime and full-time press conferences of Ange, Ange saying, "Oh, they just wanted it more. We needed to run more." And I'm not seeing that anymore.
Yeah, now the Madders in the team.
So noticing. So we'll see. We'll keep our eye close on Tottenham.
It's mad to me that and this is the point I was trying to get out of Bat on the chat, is that like Bat was trying to tell me that Maddison's not starting because Tottenham either set up with 2 number 10s or 1 10, right? Depending on what Ange wants to do in the team they play. And I was like, yeah, but either way, you set up with a 10.
I was going to say,
right?
Shouldn't he be the one?
Surely James Maddison, £40 million man, best player in the league last year, signing at the summer. Is that not your number 10? Is that not the guy the system's going to be built around, footballing genius, all of this stuff?
Yeah.
He's now holding bench. And when there's only 1 10 in the team, that 10 is Kulu.
It's interesting.
To be fair to Kulu, like you said,
he's still on his heater.
Heater for Kulu.
Yeah.
We do need to say that every time.
He's still on his heater.
Yeah, heater for Kulu. But he's playing well.
Yeah, the goals come through him.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Like,
his pass to Solanke.
Yeah. The goals come through him. And look, Salah deserves his praise as well. Brennan Johnson, he's going to probably have a good goal tally.
Yeah.
Brennan Johnson,
he's going to have a better goal tally than some wingers.
Yeah, the people that shan't be named.
Yeah, let's not talk about that.
But yeah, we'll see with Tottenham, man. I just think you want Vicario and guys back there. I'm still not all the way convinced, but it was
Vicario on the
exactly
hilarious. Hilarious.
The Vicario flop, and I think
the way every team knows, this guy, he'll give us one.
We're gonna see a Vicario flop, like from crosses and corners and stuff, from now until March, May. Like I don't think Vicario will ever. I think Tottenham are going to try and teach him, try and put metrics in place, but I don't think he's ever going to iron that out of his game. Of like when the pressure's on, or if there's 10 minutes to go, the flaps and the fake punches. Yeah. I think that's inbred in him, and it's just part of his goalkeeping DNA.
Especially now, like the more this happens, and it's already happened a lot, the more it becomes a thing. The more mentally it becomes, And the Tottenham players see it, and
I've seen it for Italy.
Yeah.
I've seen it for Spurs, but Emery, man.
Yeah, the Villa side, Emery fuck up.
The 2:00 Emery show on a Sunday. You just know.
We know, and I say this every time. Emery has that fuck up.
Yeah.
This one, Emery should win this one. He's been a better team.
Yeah, goal up.
Form.
Half time.
You've conceded 4 goals in 1 half.
That's the thing. As you say, we know Emery has this in him.
Baku,
where does this performance come from?
That's literally Baku.
Where's this result? Where's this result come from?
Yeah. How was it working so well in that first half, and now you've gone out in the second half and it's just completely collapsed?
Yeah. Also, this Diego Carlos guy. I'm uncertain.
Yeah.
I know he's their second choice,
centre
back or whatever it is, but every time I see Diego Carlos on the pitch, Villa have conceded.
Yeah.
Villa have conceded.
Pau Torres had a stinker as well.
Yeah, yeah.
But we'll move it on to last night's game. And I know United and Chelsea fans are going to be thinking, why we didn't wait? Come on, like, you guys know.
Don't make us do that.
That game was so
Don't make
void
us
of
analyze
any
that game.
quality. And guys will be getting MVPs and rookies from that game, so stick around till then. But Fulham versus Brentford, we need to talk about this one because this is arguably, outside of Arsenal and Arteta, obviously, my favourite manager versus your favourite manager in the Premier League.
Yeah.
But two guys that we both equally respect, we think are great coaches, Marco Silva versus Thomas Frank, and deserved win for Fulham.
Deserved win
for Marco. I was happy that he got that win.
I'm still I'm a little bit upset that Thomas Frank didn't come out with something from that game, and it's not because his team played well
or they deserved it.
Or they deserved it. It's just that his game plan almost. I feel a type of way because his game plan almost came off.
Yeah.
You know, but I agree with you 100%. Deserved win for Fulham. Fulham in that first half, all over Brentford.
That left hand side.
Yeah,
Reece got his start
all over. Even though, like Alan Smith was saying that Reece and he's done nothing to harm his chances of starting again. Like he played well. Yeah, Reece. Every bright spark was going through him. He was taking on his man, going either way, down the wing, on the inside. Yeah. Fulham, man.
That's why Marco Silva left him on.
Yeah. No, both of these teams obviously are going to be safe in my mind, and they're not going to be in trouble or anything like that.
Yeah.
But I think Fulham, for the quality that they had, Marco Silva did well to make sure that he could, put that on display.
Yeah.
To exploit that, to put that out there, to put Iwobi, to put Nelson, to put Smith Rowe in these winning positions. I think it's interesting now that he seems to trust Jimenez more than Muniz.
Yeah.
I knew the Muniz heater wasn't going to last.
Yeah.
But I also didn't think that it would mean Jimenez is now full-time.
Yeah. But I don't think he's full-time. I think that will change the whole season.
You think?
Yeah.
Because
Jimenez got an early sub yesterday.
Yeah.
I think let Jimenez go 3-4 games without a goal.
And then Muniz comes in.
Because that's why Jimenez came in, because Muniz went 3 or 4
games without a goal. That's true.
Jimenez comes in, let Jimenez do that, man. And I don't think either of them are really, is Jimenez really the Jimenez of Wolves now?
No.
That's just going to be bagging these.
No.
So I think that could change throughout the whole season. But that's good for Marco Silva to have those two options.
Yeah, no, 100%. 100%. And it also lets you know how much that type striker is important to his system. Yeah. I have two of the almost exact same guys.
Yeah. You understand the role, understand the system, understand what they need to do, and that's it.
And I've got a lot of love for Sander Berger in this game, and I thought Sander Berger was that first half, as I spoke about, with Fulham being on top of Brentford so much. Brentford must have had that Yano goal, which won the goal. Yeah. Ridiculous strike, finish. But must have been their only shot of the half.
Yeah.
Because
of the game, I think at the end they brought up the stats for Brentford had one shot on target.
Because Sander Berger did not let Brentford get out. Yeah. That out ball did not exist. Nip in there, foot in there, challenge in there.
Saliba-esque.
Yeah.
This is coming right back.
Exactly. He kept it all on top of Brentford, man, and Norgard and Damsgaard and
good players.
Good players, bro. I respect what they do in the Thomas Frank system, but today wasn't their day for them to get on the ball and show their quality. Yeah. Today was the day to be rigid, stand next to my teammate, shuffle. But as you said, man, I've got a lot of respect for both of these managers, and for a Monday night game, I don't know, the quality might always be abject, but at least there was the narrative and the results in this game. There were goals in this game. Shout out to Harry Wilson for a double strike.
Marco Silva's changes.
Marco Silva did,
and he scores twice.
And this is the quality. This is why I respect Thomas Frank, because I do respect Marco Silva. Marco Silva had to go to plan C, D, E to get 3 points here. He's had to change the front four,
but he shouldn't have had to. Because in that first half,
they should have done it.
Fulham had the chance.
Yeah.
Right, Smith Rowe could have had 2. Reece should have had at least 1.
You sent me the thing of Marco Silva after the game. This is the reward of some of their other performance, like the Man City performance and all these other performances coming to fruition. This is why when you're a manager, you stick to your system. Yeah, because you like your system or the changes that you make or the way you like to play, for example, over the course of a season. should get you the results.
Yeah.
Versus a Man City, whatever. You showed the quality, but you didn't get the results. You didn't get the performance, whatever you wanted out of it, and vice versa. Now the opposite for the Brentford game. It's like you almost walked away with nothing. Now you walk away with everything.
Yeah.
You know, so it's just commend Marcus Silva.
And that's why I say it was deserved, because it was nasty work from Brentford.
It was nasty.
The way they defended
was very
70
nasty.
minutes after the Yano goal was nasty. I was watching the game with my dad, and after Fulham scored the second one and won it, my dad was so happy. He was like, Brentford play shit football. And it was shit in that game. Like, normally Thomas Frank comes with more of like I'll try and play some possession, and unless it's a big team and he's doing the 5 at the back thing, he tries to come with something. Yeah. But that one, Marco Silva Fulham were clearly the better team.
Yeah.
Right?
No doubt.
Playing the better football, trying to obviously go and win the game. And I did say that had the game been 1-1, I don't think Thomas Frank would have played like that. So
yeah.
That's why I don't like hate him for it, whatever. Like, he's trying to get 3 points. That's what you have to do as a manager in this league.
And if that Fabio Carvalho chance goes in, I was saying to Amo, the interesting thing about this game is it was almost a masterclass from both managers. When Thomas Frank was 1-0 up with 5 minutes to go, I was thinking Thomas Frank masterclass. Yeah. They've been terrible, but the other team just haven't had enough of the quality.
And they haven't even scored like a goal that's a pattern of play.
Or a set piece
We've
goal.
been working on this.
Yeah.
It's just a Yanel screamer.
And Thomas Frank said, I'll take this and I'll run away with this if I can. And then now that Marcus Silva's turned it around, it is on Marcus Silva masterclass. He got into plan D, and Harry Wilson, he's not the regular sub guy. He's the second. Kenny, he's the second or third sub guy. Once I've done Muniz and Traore on, those are plan A subs. Those are plan A substitutions. 100%. You know, 100%. Now I'm going down the list. And shout out to Anthony Robinson as well. I respect Anthony Robinson.
Anthony Robinson, is because me and my dad were saying this as well. Like, his football IQ and his understanding of the game could be bottom 3 of the league. Yeah, partly because he's American.
Yeah,
no offense.
Still calls it soccer.
Any American watching, but like, come on, you man are there to play NBA, play basketball, play baseball, play American football.
Should be a wide receiver.
Yeah. Like, you're not there to play soccer, so to speak, right? But
his application, he's willing to do the hard yards. He's willing to work. He's willing to listen. He's willing to watch tape, do all these things. But Marco Silva's ability to coach him to be like Robinson's playing first-time passes inside. He's getting on the overlaps. It's his assist for Harry Wilson that wins the game. Constantly going on the overlap, constantly getting up and down. From both their points, Robinson's application and Marco Silva's coaching, that's why Fulham are where they are. Yeah.
I feel like Marco Silva's done that with so many players.
Yeah, it's true. And you can
Calvin Bassey as well.
You can see that Anthony Robertson and Bassey to a certain extent, Robertson takes pride in his 1v1 duels. Yeah. Those his winger, opposite winger is just about to get his touch. Robertson is right on him.
You're not going to beat me today.
Exactly. That's the message is clear from his body language and
that's
how he's
coming from.
Exactly. How aggressive he is in the challenge. You know, Marco Silva's told him the first one, aggression, be there.
Bro, when that ball goes into the striker, Calvin Bassey could be the most aggressive centre back in the league. Calvin Bassey does it. He's kicking your Achilles, on your heels. He's not letting you have any time, any space on the ball.
Yeah, it was
a good game. I enjoyed it.
It was a good game. And I think that's just like a typical Barclays Monday night game.
Yeah,
you know, it's gonna be like two teams in and around mid-table slinging it at each other.
Derby, apparently. West London Derby. But look, we'll move it on. MVPs and rookies of the week. Man United fans, Chelsea fans, this is where you're going to get your time.
This is it.
MVP, Noussair Mazraoui. I needed Man United to rise in this game, and he rose.
Yeah.
Well played, Mazraoui. Because all week, Michael was telling me, Noni, Mazraoui? That's cooking.
Yeah, it should be cooking. It should be cooking.
That's calm.
But Mazraoui played well. It must be said.
Mazraoui had Noni in prison.
Yeah. No, Mazraoui played very, very well. And I thought Noni should be cooking him because of how big OT is. How big the pitch is, the space that Palmer should be finding him in, all this kind of stuff.
Palmer.
Right there. Rookie. Lights are bright. Another Sunday kickoff, another big game. Nowhere to be seen.
Sunday, showtime, 4:30.
Crickets. Frank and everybody saying, this is the best player in the league. And then after the game...
We'll give him that just He doesn't need to do too much. We'll give him that.
After the game, nothing. No mention of Cole. No mention of Cole.
I've got Caicedo as an MVP. Not only for the goal, but I think he played very well.
He did play well. He did play well.
Definitely Chelsea's best player.
Yeah.
By far.
But as you say, this game was just so abject of quality, man.
Yeah.
There
That's
wasn't...
what I'm saying. Other than Caicedo, who again was breaking up play and wasn't really doing much in possession.
Yeah.
And Mazraoui, who I've given an MVP purely for just locking up his winger. There's no quality on the pitch.
Yeah. I don't even know if we can give Xerxes a rookie of the week, but
no, Xerxes getting one from me. Because well, let's finish with the MVPs first.
Yeah, okay.
I've given Iraola as well.
Yeah, Iraola deserves an MVP. I'll give Welbeck an MVP for my FPL shout on just the consistency of the goals and the assists for Brighton.
Chris Wood.
Yeah, I'll give Eddie Howe an MVP just because he's kind of played his game and won.
Yeah,
he's one moment of quality, and then I'm gonna set up my team to defend and be strong and rigid. And as I said, I have no excuses for Arteta, so I'll give Eddie Howe an MVP. Eddie Howe got one over on him. On Saturday.
Okay, so week. Rookies. Joshua Zirkzee. He will get a rookie for me because you've been put in behind, right? And you've got to be at least 5 yards.
He's done well to spring the trap.
In front of great flick from Bruno Fernandes.
Yeah. You probably should get an MVP.
Yeah. But Xerxes at least 5 yards in front of Fofana, yeah? And for those of you who don't know, I'm pretty sure that Wesley Fofana has had 2 ACL injuries and a double leg break.
Yeah. He's cooked.
So if you cannot get away from Wesley Fofana, because Fofana, before the injuries, he was a pace guy.
Yeah.
Right?
That was his game.
Prototype.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Ezri Konsa, all these guys, yeah?
He was the first one.
Yeah. But he's had 2 ACLs and a double leg break. So come on. Yeah. If you can't run away from this guy with a 5-yard head start, he's catching you up. It looks like you're running backwards. Xerxes, and the memes of Xerxes after the game were hilarious.
Everybody coming out saying it seems like his shirt is drenched when he comes on.
So his shirt's 2 sizes too big.
The reason I agree with you is because, as you say, sprung the trap. He's 5-10 yards ahead of Fofana. He's got the run on him. Fofana is facing.
Yeah, this isn't Van der Ven.
Yeah, Fofana is not. It's not even like Fofana is like his body's halfway. He's ready for a sprint back.
Yeah.
Fofana has to turn around, 3-point turn, with his his ACLs and his leg break. Yeah, and then run to catch you up.
Yeah.
And as I say, it's not even that Xerxes got a low quality shot off. Yeah, Fofana's pushed him wide and he's got a low quality shot off. It's unfortunate. He's a bit slow. Bro, he's not even got a shot off. He's not made it to the box.
Xerxes wants to do link-up play.
He's not made it to the box.
He's in behind. The goal's right there. And Xerxes looking for Ahmad to do link-up play.
He's not made it to the... He's made it to like 5 yards before the edge of the area.
Between that.
And Fofana's caught up. And then, the catching up thing is one thing, bro. But you're 6'4". Shuffle. Move to him. Body between you and the ball.
Yeah.
Move him aside. Show me something. Show me. Chris Wood has that. Wood has. I've seen Chris Wood beat a defender on a 1v1 situation.
So many strikers have that.
I would hope Eddie has that. Show me you've got something. Show me
Eddie would at least get a shot off.
Yeah, I've seen Mitro.
Yeah.
I've seen Mitro do at least a step inside, outside, shot off.
Yeah.
Doesn't always go in. Not really his game.
Yeah,
but I've seen him. It's like, he's a footballer. Yeah. Bro, Xerxes. And the only reason I was hesitant to give him a rookie of the day is because I really want to give Højlund the rookie of the day, but he won the penalty. Yeah. So I can't.
Yeah.
But that one touch...
Højlund was terrible. And he got bailed out by Sanchez.
Who also needs a rookie.
But more than both of them, the guy who needs a rookie, even worse than Xerxes, even worse than Højlund, Alejandro Garnacho. Stinker of magnanimous proportion, ridiculous, so bad. I'm not a Man United fan, and I was getting so angry.
The head down running.
Oh my! That clip of Mazraoui running on the overlap, and Garnacho goes back inside the 3 players, and then Casemiro has to take a yellow card. Garnacho, the chances he missed, the decision making.
Garnacho will be the same player in 5 years.
Yeah. Garnacho's decision. He makes the wrong decision 9.5 times out of 10.
Garnacho is a second or third option, really.
Yeah.
Really, like
for a team chasing top 4.
Yeah,
because I in the heat of being annoyed at Arsenal, put him with Martinelli and stuff, right? And there's not much between them, but Martinelli's better than Garnacho.
Yeah, he
right?
is.
Because Martinelli can be a second or third option for a team that wins the league. Yeah, Garnacho can be a second or third option for a team that challenges.
Garnacho is like who I would be expecting Brentford and Fulham to be throwing on with 5 minutes left because they need a goal when they've just played.
And look at what Harry Wilson did.
So maybe I'm disrespecting Harry.
Maybe disrespecting Fulham and Marco Silva's recruitment.
But that's where I expect him to come on 5 minutes, be lively, be head down, run. But Garnacho was poor, man. United was poor. The game was poor. The quality all round was poor. And I refuse to allow myself to big up another United Chelsea at OT. I refuse to allow myself to do that again. It was a rookie for me to even let myself to think. I was saying it's gonna be a 2-2 draw. It's gonna be a great game.
We've been roped into another stinker.
If I look back over the past couple of seasons, this game has been up there, especially in particular the Old Trafford fixture. With some of the worst and some of the most boring.
Even last year, it was a shit game. McTominay brace won it. Man United.
Yeah. I remember the year that.
But my other rookie, I've only got one more, Julian Lopetegui. All the rumours this week that he's on the chopping block. They need a big performance against Everton on the weekend. And even then, it might not be enough. And combined with Lopetegui, any West Ham fan that wanted Moyes out.
Yeah.
You're a bigger rookie than Garnacho. You're a bigger rookie than Xerxes. You're a bigger rookie than Lopetegui. Because
Robert Sanchez, all these guys.
We had this conversation
many a time
last year.
Many a time.
And I'm seeing West Ham fans say, would you take Moyes right now if you could? That is a question that shouldn't have been asked at all, let alone 2 months into Lopetegui's tenure.
Yeah. No, completely agree. And I wish I could have like a microphone and just walk around East London telling West Ham fans I told you so.
That'd be a good video.
Because I said it. I said, please don't let us get into this season and you're begging for Moyes back. And like, yes, you're trying to play more progressive football and stuff, but you have nowhere near the points you would have got with Moyes in there. But I do have one more rookie.
Yep.
And he used to play for West Ham.
Yeah.
Now plays for Ipswich.
Okay, yeah.
Calvin Phillips. Bro, we talk about Lopetegui being on the chopping block as a manager.
Yeah.
I legitimately think Calvin Phillips is on the chopping block as a Premier League footballer.
Yeah. No, he's done. He'll see out his City contract and he'll get his money in that and then he's done.
Yo, you rate Calvin Phillips a lot higher than I did, but I did rate him. It's not that I thought Calvin Phillips was.
No, but let's not act like this Calvin.
This is a separate. This is three different people. There's like at least two.
That
different...
Bielsa Calvin Phillips was a serious guy.
My point is to get from Bielsa Calvin Phillips to have all of that sort of deserved hype, deserved ability. You got to move to
England
Man City.
Performances.
Pep said it. Pep watched the tape and said, "Yeah, I need this."
Yeah.
You know, Pep sanctioned that move. To where he is now, he can't even stay on the pitch for 60 minutes.
Do you remember? It might have been in the summer, or we did.
We did.
One player every Premier League club should sign, or whatever. And we were saying, so Calvin Phillips has gone to West Ham. And he hasn't cut it in that section of the table from 10th to 7th. So now you drop down again, right? Obviously, he's dropped right down to the bottom, but he's gone to Ipswich now, which is the championship level.
20th to 15th.
Exactly. And you can't cut it there.
Yo.
You got sent off when your team was 1-0 up and you ended up drawing the game 1-1, potentially cost your team their first win. Like, I agree with you. I think it's done for Calvin Phillips.
Whoa, I can't believe that he's here. As I said, we're just talking about staying on a football pitch for 60 minutes, bro. That's what we're talking about.
Bro, I don't even think he's made himself a starter.
For Ipswich.
Yeah. And he's on loan from Man City.
Yeah.
But as much as it's all changed, and he's changed, Pep just destroyed him. Pep. For when we do the Pep Guardiola podcast, there's going to be a lot of Pep praise, a lot of what Pep's done. Pep has absolutely destroyed.
Those overweight
Calvin
comments.
Phillips.
You told him Calvin Phillips has come.
Pep signed Calvin Phillips, told us Rodri needs rest. Rodri needs rotation. Rodri plays everything.
Yeah, he's played Rodri more than ever.
More than ever.
More than ever.
Rodri has an ACL. And Calvin Phillips is at Ipswich. Pep signed him for 50 million. Like you say, Pep said, this is the guy.
Sanctioned it. Watch the tape.
Yeah. So Pep, as much as Phillips has had his injury problems and whatever, maybe Phillips isn't serious, but Pep did Phillips dirty. There's no doubt in my mind about that.
Yeah. That's it from me, man. I'm a Calvin Phillips watch. You're right. I can see him going back to City and seeing out his contract, but man,
he might get another loan move or something, but he'll pick up his Man City money for sure. Because he won't get like you say. Is he going to get a Premier League contract?
He's not shown enough at Ipswich.
He didn't show enough for West Ham.
Yeah.
But look, thank you guys for listening. And if Arsenal don't win this weekend, there probably won't be a pod next week.
It would be crisis. Not to Chelsea.
So this could be the last one. Right? So Arsenal better make sure that they go and win this weekend. But thank you guys for listening. If you liked the episode, drop a like, leave a comment, and we'll see you next week. Peace.